All right, our official first podcast episode of, and podcast in general, of Scent USA. I am Corey. I'm the founder of Scent USA organization that does the same kind of actions that um, Turning Point USA does, and also we are uh, working our way towards moving into doing debates as well. This is another main chapter of Scent USA, which is called Scent Freedom, and this is their leader, MADZ, or Maddie. Just call you MADZ because there's too many Maddies out there. And she's also going to be going into the debate spectrum as well. We're always open to having students join us. If you're in high school, you must be junior at least, so 16 or 16 and 17-year-olds in high school. And for adults, you can start your own chapter or join one of our main chapters. If you start a chapter in your city and your state, that's how we do it. We do it by city and state, not just state. It gives us a little bit more opportunity and a little more flexibility for everybody. We also have a Scent USA Faith chapter, which is ran by Toby Newman, who is also a musician like me. And he is very into theology. So that's our other main chapter. And plus we have Scent Cross Christian, which is ran by me as well. So tonight we're going to cover, and don't worry, we're going to make this humorous as well. And we'll do the best we can with this. It's our first night. I printed off a lot of stuff, stapled them together, primarily Fox News stories. We took one or two CNN stories just for funsies to show you what they're covering. Nonsensible bullshit. Like Britney Spears and Katy Perry. I feel like the Katy Perry one's going to be the fun one to cover. That's going to be fun. It's going to be like when Alex said on his podcast and literally stated, "Frogs are gay." Ah! Instead, it's going to be an alien and a human. I think human? I don't know. You want to start with that one? Should we start with that one?
You know what? Let's do it.
Start with something fun. Here we go. Actually, this one I pulled from Fox News, and I think Fox probably did this just to be for funsies, and also because it has a politician in it. Well, former Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau, is in a relationship. I thought this was fake, everybody, until I looked on Fox News. It's very real. With Katy Perry, the woman who said, "Baby, I'm a firework," had something in her at one point, and then started hosting American Idol and started crying every episode and screaming into the camera that this is not how it should be. This is wrong. And then also told the whole entire world that she's an alien species. Yeah, she's dating Justin Trudeau.
Oh, yikes.
So, to kick it off here, from global stages to secret dates. Wow, that is a wild start. From global stages to secret dates. I guess it works for both of them, doesn't it? Because they both were on a global pedestal at some point. Pedestal. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau's making waves after packing on the affection while aboard the pop star's yacht last week. I didn't even know this woman had a yacht. I thought she like had like a tin can and called it a spaceship. If I'm being honest with you, that just floated in the water. That would make more sense for her. I can't believe she has it. What does she have on that yacht? Seriously, like what could she possibly have on that yacht that's beneficial to her career? And this one I drew when I saw a light in the sky. It twinkled. That's called a star, Katie. Perry, who is currently on the international leg of her lifetime tour. An interesting name. Do you think she meant to name it Light Years and the label was like, no, Katie, you can't name it off of your
Don't
rocket
do it.
scientist theories. And the former Canadian Prime Minister have sparked an unlikely connection. Yeah, it's unlikely.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, an unlikely connection. You think that like connection was established by them touching fingers and saying "ET phone home"?
Oh, it had to be. Had to be.
Which one do you think was like phoning home? Do you think it was her or him? I think it was him because I think he probably called back to Canada and said, "Please forgive me. I made a mistake, and I don't mean my political. I don't mean my politics career." Last night, she put a tentacle on. Went to Spencer's Gifts and asked for an alien strap on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God forgive me for this. Oh my God, I just thought about how many of her fans do you think identify as aliens?
Oh, jeez.
You think they have like their own little fan club on Discord or something?
Definitely.
What do you think it's called? What would it be called?
Honestly, I have no clue, but it would be off the wall.
No, but like, think about it. A woman identifies as an extraterrestrial life form. Something the label doesn't know about. What they do, they're just complicit in nature. And again, most labels are liberals, so.
True. Very true.
Oh, here's something we got. During her concert at London's O2 Arena on Monday. Of course, we decided to go to an arena that's about oxygen. O2 Arena. Oxygen? That's where they all
Oxygen.
go when the world's coming to an end. Like, we need more air. Let's go to the stadium. Perry appeared to break her silence on her new romance with Trudeau, while making a cheeky reference to her ex Orlando Bloom, who hails from the UK. That's dirty work, bro. That's dirty. Why would you do that? Why would you make the reference in the UK towards like somebody who, like Orlando Bloom? Out of all the exes you could have chosen, I gotta give her props though. At least she's not like Taylor Swift, who like speaks on every single ex in all of her songs. Granted, Taylor's new album was, and I'm not even like trolling here. Taylor's new album was absolutely fantastic. I gotta say that like this one went hard, and I was surprised. I don't usually listen to her music much. The only album I ever truly listened to when I like had that Taylor Swift phase was Red, because I liked it. It was like a mixture of pop country, but like after that, one song from Reputation, the one with Ed Sheeran in it. I like that one because it had Ed Sheeran in it, not because of her. Um, um, but yeah, her new album goes hard. Definitely take a listen to it. Now watch. Now I'm gonna have fans that are Swifties. Her quote was this: "London, England. You're like this on a Monday night after a whole day at work and a whole day at school." Perry told the crowd, according to The Sun, which is a um, news paper thing. No wonder I fall for Englishmen all the time, but not anymore. Yeah, now you fell for a failed prime minister of Canada. You're doing great, Katie. You're doing.
E
You're
for
one of
effort.
the most hated politicians you fell for. You're doing amazing.
E for effort. Let's go.
Effort. Ah. Perry was seen laughingly rejecting a surprise marriage proposal from a fan. Bro, I thought Swifties were.
Yeah.
I wish you'd asked me 48 hours ago. Bro, her London concert was like half a week ago. You got with Justin Trudeau within a 48-hour time period? Oh my God. I'm 27. I still regret the days when I did that. This woman is, what, late 30s? Early 30s? I don't even know. I don't pay attention to people who think they're made from another planet. Um, TMZ caught this. I love TMZ. They'll catch everything on camera, but when they report it, it's so inaccurate. Even with the footage, it's great. Um, TMZ spotted the pair dining together in July. Wait, I wish you had asked me 48 hours ago. This London concert was half a week to a week ago. What is happening? What is happening?
Katie is 41 years old.
Jesus Christ. I haven't even made it through my bachelor's degree yet, and I know more than this woman. A eyewitness account told the outlet that the duo enjoyed cocktails and shared several dishes together, including one with lobster. Why do we care? Why do we care? I don't care what was in their meal. I want to know why this happened. That's all I want to know. This is definitely Fox News reporting something to troll it. I'm telling you, this cannot be a seriously taken story. There's no way. I guarantee you that there is a gut-felt clip of this right now. There's no way that this got taken seriously. Security guards reportedly watched the duo while they dined, and after dinner, they allegedly walked into the kitchen to thank the staff for their meal. Okay, so her own security team sucks. They're literally leaking info about the person they're supposed to be protecting. Even her security team hates her. This is such. Oh God. I see a home wrecking coming soon. The politician. It was told that the politician has been single for a while and has enjoyed getting to know her. She literally at a concert just said that they were together. What is happening? What is, bro? I feel like I'm in another world reading this. He likes her personality, and they are two people who really enjoy chatting about different topics. I wonder what those topics are. So,
What would life be
what's
like
your
on
views
Mars?
on Pluto, Trudeau? And then Trudeau's response, well, I'll be exploring Uranus tonight. I'll fly you tomorrow.
It's funny.
I can't, I can't do it. I can't get through this story seriously at all. This is horrible. Oh, he likes her personality. What personality? She thinks she's from another planet. Oh, oh God.
The human personality or an alien personality?
If there's any human left in her. She gets on the air on American Idol and cries every time a liberal says, and my family got deported. That's not right. This isn't. I saw a clip where she was like, "This isn't the America that we were learned to love," and I was like, "You think you're an alien? Like, what do you mean? Yeah, you're right. This isn't the America I learned to love and live in with somebody who thinks that they're an alien, who I used to look up to when I was younger as a kid." Who did an amazing job on a song when she was way younger in her, like, I think like 20s or something with Gym Class Heroes or early 30s with Gym Class Heroes. Like, the song she did with them was fucking amazing. Okay? When she was in the music video for Cupid's Chokehold, Breakfast in America. Like, that was an amazing music video for her to be in. That was like the moment where I was like, this girl looks really hip and cool. I was like 12, 15 at the time, something like that. Like, I thought it looked really cool, bro. I don't even know what age I was. I just know I was a kid. I started listening to her music and everything, and then this happened. I don't. Went from aliens to a failed prime minister. It's great, doing great. And security guards who clearly don't like her because they leak everything she does. So they are going to see each other very soon. Okay, yeah. That's when she's going to introduce him to the deep stuff. So I was doing this study the other day. There's life on Mars.
So much better than being in America.
You can't. She's like one of those liberals where you can't even tell her if you don't like America, leave, because she literally tried to fly to outer space. Like, you can't tell her to leave. Where's she gonna go?
Exactly.
Unless you offer her a rocket ship with enough food for a lifetime supply, like she's not gonna go anywhere. He is feeling that talking to her and getting to know her is very refreshing. Lord, give me strength. Like a breath of fresh air in his life. All right, I'm done with this story. I can't do this anymore. This story's done. We're done. I can't. They both lost it.
Apparently, according to a report, he has been pursuing her since their first date in July.
But they just got together at the London at like 48 hours or 48 hours before the London concert. I don't.
Exactly.
Let's date for months. You know what's crazy? During that time, he was still prime minister. So my guess is they waited until he was not prime minister anymore, so that he wouldn't get political lashback. That was his game. Don't worry. Next time they see each other, everybody, Katy Perry's gonna ask him if she wants to see his if Justin wants to see her intergalactic collection of figurines from Men in Black. That's not a slight towards Men in Black. I love those movies, but I'm just giving you the output of what's about to happen. No. Okay, we're gonna wait on doing the Britney one until a little later because that one just like threw me into another galactic universe. Next up is about anti-Semitic protests. Now, before we get started with this, I want to give you context as to what this relates to, but isn't exactly about. It is mentioned about the October 7th attacks of 2023. Though, and for anybody who doesn't know, the October 7th attacks were a series of coordinated armed incursions from the Gaza Strip into the Gaza envelope of southern Israel. Now, anybody who doesn't know this, Gaza isn't an actual place. It's exactly how it sounds. It's a just barren strip of land that is in between Israel and Palestine, which also isn't on a map because it's not a real place either. But you know, Hamas, they decided to be like, we're just gonna name this place. In the Bible, it's called two different names. So, yeah, these people just decided to make up their own little thing. Didn't know we could do that these days. Carried out by Hamas and several other Palestinian militant groups on October 7th of 2023 during the Jewish holiday of Simchat Torah. The attacks, which were the first large-scale invasion of Israeli territory since the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, initiated the ongoing Gaza war, which is what the news has been covering. Finally have peace treaties, but I highly doubt that Israel's is just going to sit there and be like, let's not bomb their tent, because Israel will do it. And I got to be honest, I'm on their side because I'm sorry if since 1948 another fucking group right across the way from me continued to throw rocks at my glass house, I'd be pretty pissed off too, and without reason. I mean, I guess they had a reason. They want the land, but like
Exactly.
to want it since 1948. Like, if it takes you that long to try to finally get some territory, it's. I think it's time. I think that's like if I had to stretch before I peed. Okay, it's time. It's over. Like it's time to call it a day. Um, Israel's current phase of its war against the savage terrorists of Hamas is over. President Donald Trump brokered his historic deal to bring the hostages home, and hopes abound for a new era in the region. Now, I gotta say, the first time that we asked for Hamas to send some hostages home, he sent a bunch of dead babies home. I'm not even joking. The reports on this and videos like where he literally just sent dead infants home. So that didn't work out well in their favor because they just kept getting blown up again. Um, yeah, there's one way to piss people off. Send a bunch of dead children who haven't even gone to live life yet. Yeah, will you release the hostages? Yeah, here's some dead babies. There's something intellectually wrong with Hamas. I don't even know how to say it. You know what I think it is? You know what I think it is, Mads?
Hmm.
I think it's the fact that they've been trying to take over this land since 1948, and they just lost all willpower to think intellectually anymore.
I agree.
I mean, think about it. When Israel attacked them, right? Because they were like, "Fuck it, we're done."
Mm-hmm.
You remember how many, like, within a 12-hour time period, how many generals they kept killing over and over again every time they bombed a place? Because Hamas couldn't figure out that there were literal drones hovering over them and couldn't figure out that there were packages sent with little bombs in the radios sent to Hamas. Hamas is like being like, oh, we're all powerful and everything, and can't even recognize that like the thing that's right in front of you could be exploding in your face, quite literally speaking.
Right.
I'm sorry, what they're doing is absolutely horrible. But when you think about it in the form of like mental capacity, I don't think they have it. I think they've drained their resources, drained their power. They keep building things in the most plain of day sight. Then they start threatening Israel, and Israel goes, okay, let's play a game. Like, your military bases are all gone. They even hit underground bunkers, which is a feat in itself. Like, you have nothing left. It took you that long to do a peace treaty, and it took an American to get you to do the peace treaty. You know,
Right.
if Israel had continued going, there would be no Hamas left, right?
You're right. Let's see. So, I've been doing a little research, and there has been a man from Louisiana that joined in on those attacks as well.
on the anti-Semitism attacks in our country, or like the Hamas?
The October 2023 attack on Israel.
How did he?
There was a Louisiana man who was arrested because he apparently participated in it. Federal prosecutors in Louisiana accused a man of participating in the October 2023 attack on Israel and then traveling to the United States on a fraudulent visa.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You're from America. You're living there, right? You engage in these attacks, and then you decide, let's go to the American superpower, where they'll totally not find me. Like I said, mentally they're not all there.
Oh, yeah. It's everywhere.
You have a thing. Okay, that's better. A few weeks ago, as we solemnly commemorated the second anniversary of the darkest day in modern history since the Holocaust, a horrifying spectacle unfolded on the streets of New York. Of course it did. Why am I not surprised? New York has been the center of attention lately, from riots to BLM to more riots to now anti-Semitism. Hey, Mads,
Mm-hmm.
does this make you ever want to visit New York?
No.
Has the past 10 years wanted you to make you visit New York ever?
No.
Would you like to go down Times Square and see men holding their girlfriends with a muzzle and a leash?
Hell no.
How about at midnight every night, where you just see people in the middle of Times Square just howling at the moon?
Yeah, no thanks. I'm good. Miss me with all that. I'm okay.
But it could be fun. I can't even keep a straight face while saying that. Oh, man. So on October 7th, there were decent human beings, right? Conservative Christians who were mourning the losses, and maybe some liberals too. There were some other groups that assembled for a very different purpose. They didn't advocate peace. They chanted for October 7th to happen again.
Wow.
Hey, America, are we going to wake up and realize that Democrats are literally what my song title is, Democrats? Like these
radicalized leftists are just gathering now and praying for more murder. I think these people should be arrested. I think that they should be thrown in a federal pen. And I genuinely believe it should not be maximum security. It should be minimum security. I'm sorry, but in God's will was the fact that He said that He summed it up to your actions come with consequences, right? And He had also stated in the Bible that when you cause harm unto others, that shall be done to you as well.
Absolutely.
That's what gets me onto my next topic here. I wonder about, let's get into abortions a little bit, right? That leads into the next thing. I do not blame, and tell me your opinion on this, but I don't blame the mothers who are corrupted and brainwashed by radicalized liberals into believing that they have to have abortions. I believe that the doctors who are performing these surgeries in these clinics should be arrested because you are
I agree.
murdering another human life. There are other options. A cesarean section is way safer than putting a needle in them. By the way, what you people find on Google is not accurate at all, where they say, oh no, cyanide is not used. Charlie Kirk outed that shit. Charlie Kirk outed that shit entirely, where he said that there are traces of cyanide in the medicine that they use. Not the pill medicines, not the Plan B, but in the shots that they give at the clinics, there's traces of it in there. Which is why when you have an abortion, you have all those side effects: dizziness, fatigue, weakness. You can't feel your body sometimes, or there's pain all over. That's literally small trace amounts of cyanide. And even the smallest one can kill you. So what's not to say when they inject into the womb, right? And what if they push the plunger just before it hits the baby? Well, now you have a small trace amount of cyanide in your body, and you could die from that almost immediately. So there's a possibility of killing both the baby and the mother in the process. Doctors should be held accountable for this stuff.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Okay, I've been talking for a while. Your turn.
Okay. So personally, I believe that doctors should be held accountable, more so along the lines because of the fact that if a mother actually goes in and says, I want an abortion, and they give them that medication that has cyanide in it, they could potentially murder them. That's murder. They'd be killing both the mother and the child. So I think doctors should be held accountable to the whole abortion side of things. Abortion is wrong. I do not support that whatsoever. There are tons of other options. You know, practice safe sex. Don't spread your legs.
It's
Wear a
not even
condom.
like if you don't want a child, then don't have sex. I mean, I don't like
even safe sex, like
because you should bear, and this is just me here, but you should bear the consequences of spreading your legs in general.
Exactly.
Do that. I mean, there's numerous amounts of cases where these condoms break off. Some people say, "Oh, it's because they didn't get the right size condoms." I'm like, no, it's because sometimes people like it rough. I don't know how else to put it. But but also sometimes it's a faulty condom, and you would never know that, even if it's a brand new packaged condom. It doesn't matter. There's so much lubrication on it
Exactly.
that it can cause a lot of issues, easily breaking. So when you spread your legs, don't be like, I'll never get pregnant because I'm on the pill. I know somebody who was on the pill and got pregnant.
I
Like,
mean, sometimes birth control is not even 100% effective. Sometimes it don't even work. I mean, I've known people who have had the depot shot and the next put on and still get
those
pregnant.
IUDs or IODs, whatever they're called, the little
IUD,
metal
yes.
tap. Yeah, just what you want. Metal that could rust inside of your body. It's like at first I was like, oh yeah, that seems safe, but then I saw cases of where people would be like, yeah, it infected me because there's a certain time limit, and if you don't get it removed on the day and replaced on the day that it expires, it immediately starts affecting your body.
Exactly. See, there's different kinds of IUDs. I mean, they have the copper IUD, and then
Oh yeah, that's great.
they
Something
have
that gets
just the
green enough
plain old
hair on
plastic.
it. Have you ever worn a copper ring? And after leaving it on for a full
Yes.
24 hours, taking it off and seeing a green rim around your finger? Can you imagine that being
Yes.
you?
OBGYNs insert that into women.
Can you imagine that being in you? Oh, look, I'm turning green. I'm the Statue of Liberty now.
Oh, look.
That's
It
why it's
looks
green. You
like
know that,
my
right?
area.
When France first gave us the Statue of Liberty, it was not green. I hope everybody knows that. It was not originally green. It's completely made out of copper. So yeah, imagine Statue of Liberty as you. Good luck having that image. You have officially turned yourself into part ogre.
Exactly. I don't get it. There's a lot of things. I mean, if you do not want to have a child, do not do the deed to even make a child without having some sort of protection. I mean, yeah, condoms may not work sometimes. Pull the hell out! I don't get it. Like, you're you're killing the future of America. You are killing the people who could potentially sit there and become something important. You never know the potential that something. You never know the potential that somebody's going to have.
You know what else is really killing America right now? Quite literally for some people. The trans agenda.
Oh boy.
A judge,
Yeah.
Supreme Court has recently rejected a trans athlete. After an Idaho trans athlete tried to have the potential landmark SCOTUS case dropped, a federal judge struck down the attempt to dismiss it and ruled that the case should proceed. I like this judge. Let's keep this judge, please. U.S. District Judge David Nye, appointed by President Donald Trump in 2017, he is still here to this day. Whoops. Nichols, looks like you missed one. Rejected former Boise State trans athlete Lindsay Hecox's. All right. I'm just going to say this right now before I continue on. This girl definitely got picked on in school. You start out with a beautiful first name like Lindsay, and then you end it with the last name of Hecox.
Yeah.
Sounds like hiccups for dicks. I don't know.
Get married. Change your last name.
Or don't. You can tell this is a male in this picture here. I can show it to you.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Brother. What's up, brother?
God.
Hey, I did warn people on Instagram earlier that this isn't gonna be. This is gonna be a very. I'm not gonna be nice about this stuff. There's nowhere being nice. You take out a symbol like Charlie Cock, Charlie Kirk. I was thinking of Hecox's name, and then I was saying Charlie's name, and it came out Charlie Cock. Oh my God! If you're up there, I am so sorry. Right now, Charlie Kirk is looking down on me, going like, "What did you just do to my name?"
No
I forgive
way.
you, but why? God's right next
We're
to him.
sorry,
Pat
we
him on the back
promise.
and be like, "Don't worry, I've been dealing with him for 27 years. This is normal. You'll get used to it."
It's okay.
Everybody up in heaven that knows me right now is going, "Yeah, no, this is him. You're just gonna just wait a while." We know you knew him for a few months, but wait until you get to know him even more. All right, Lindsay Hecox's motion to dismiss the case. The trans athlete started the legal battle in 2020, but tried to have it dismissed in September of 2025 after the Supreme Court agreed in July to hear the case. So they agreed to hear the case, and then you decide to try to get it dismissed?
Right?
It's already been said, we're going to hear the case out. I want to dismiss it now. It's a little late for that. You have to have exigent circumstances to get a hearing. That's like basic law 101. You don't even have to go to law school.
Right.
Now Nye has denied Hecox's request. Okay, I swear, if Fox News continues to say the word Hecox more than this many times, my head's going to explode. I love my conservative channel. I love it to death. I love them, but these people are trolling hard. This is so insane right now. Nye emphasized that after years of litigation, Idaho has a has a fair right to have its arguments heard and educated once and for all, and that the court feels Hecox's mootness argument is as above somewhat manipulative to avoid Supreme Court review and should not be endorsed. You know why? Because she knows she is in the wrong. And I'm saying she just to piss the liberals off because guess what? I love you so much that I have to correct you. She's a he. Get used to it. He had the dick.
So, quick pause. I got a DM on my Instagram that says, does that mean that you were going to post about the real things happening with Palestine and everything that's really happening?
We're
Yes. I'm
conservatives.
going to be covering
Yeah.
real
No.
world
This is a liberal asking you. Is it a liberal? Do we know this person?
It's LT. It's
Hmm?
LT.
Okay. I don't know what he's asking there, but if it's in support for Palestine, not on my end at least, because I don't support a non-nation that doesn't exist murdering a ton of innocent women and children. I mean, I'll tell you the real ins and outs of Israel and what they're doing, I believe is right, and they have every right to do it after that many years of being put under pressure. I genuinely believe that I'd be pissed too. Like I said earlier, I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, you know what? Enough is enough. Blowing up your tent. Like, that's the reality of it. They had enough. But you know what? Here's the misconception on all of this. People think that Israel is also murdering innocent women and children and everything. They're not. Because you know what they bombed? They bombed the military bases. They bombed the nuclear power plant areas. They bombed the bunkers of where the military was hiding. And they killed a lot of the generals. They did not, under any circumstance, attack women and children like these liberals are putting out there and these anti-Semitists are putting out there. That's the truth behind it. It's literally been put. There's footage of it too. Hamas literally was just blowing up their Israel's cities. If anybody has seen that footage of people on their phones recording it, Hamas blew up the cities. Okay? But Israel blew up specific locations where the military bases were, where the generals were, and these underground bunkers that they sunk into. They were not killing women and children. So when people are getting on Instagram DMing us, being like, does this mean you're going to cover what really happened with Palestine and the Palestinian stuff? We are. You just refuse to believe the truth. Because Hamas is the one who sent a ton of dead infant children home.
Exactly. And I mean, it was kind of random to get a DM like that. I mean, I'm going to post about real world problems.
Very conservative as well, but that question in itself is a very leftist way to phrase it. Asking, are you going to cover, and specifically points out Palestine and what actually happened with Palestine? Like, that's a very odd way to phrase it because I've only ever heard that phrase by these anti-Semitists.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know. You might want to clarify that with them because I know LT is very conservative, so he might have not meant it that way, but he might want to phrase that question, if you know what I mean, because that's the anti-Semitics are the only ones who have been saying that, and have been claiming that Israel has been killing the women and children when Hamas has done the most damage to these civilians. And literally all Israel did was aim for military bases, and that's all they hit. If you see that footage, there's footage on YouTube. There was footage shown when this all shot off the very first night of everything going on, where people from Israel were recording on their phones in their apartments and stuff, and bombs flying over into the city. Hamas wasn't even aiming for anything. They just wanted to blow some shit up.
Right.
You might want to clarify that question.
Yeah, I'll ask for more clarification. It was just random to get, especially like after, and it was a reply to my story. Like literally, they slid up on my story and said that question. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'll get back to you after the live.
Okay. Space is starting to look really tight. That's why they bombed.
So okay, so
I don't get it.
another thing, and I'm just learning this now is that if he or anybody else is questioning what Israel did with hospitals, different homes and stuff, that's because Hamas was purposely hiding their people in those areas. And that's why Israel bombed those areas. So it was not intentional. But a lot of people aren't going to get that through the... Remember, we're only 1% above as Republicans and liberals right now. 40% to 45%. So...
Right.
No guarantee that the liberals aren't saying that. But yeah, no, like I said, get more clarification because that's strange.
It's a strange way to go about a question like that.
So I understand what he's asking, but at the same time, he's aiming it towards one group of people. And again, I can't say this enough. Palestine does not exist. It's not a real place. They made that up themselves. Israel exists, but if you look on a map, Palestine is not on the freaking map. Like, it's not. There's no... They don't exist. They made up their own little club.
Exactly.
Which is something Charlie touched on a lot.
Say I
Charlie was asking people,
but
what is Palestine? Where is Palestine? Because it's not there. It doesn't exist. In the Bible, it was two different things. There were two different names for where Palestine is. That those two names are the two names that I believe are there. But not Palestine. That was never, non-existent place with very bad people in it.
That land has also belonged to thousands of years. In the Bible.
Yeah, I know. Charlie touched on that majorly. That Israel, it belonged to Israel. So technically speaking, quite literally speaking, Hamas has been invading Israel this entire time because they're literally on Israeli land. So that's a question I would ask. You know what? As much as I love LT, I would ask him, where is Palestine? Just ask him that. See if he can answer. Genuinely, I would ask him, where is Palestine? Can you point it out on a map for me?
right. And I did post on my story that I was going to cover real world problems, but I did say that I was going to cover more of the United States Constitution and the constitutional rights and the problems going on within the United States. But then there's questions about Palestine. So I'm going to get a clarification on that.
The thing going on in Louisiana that I was talking about earlier, because the Democrats are spinning the idea that redistricting is breaking the Civil Rights Act. That's kind of in your wheelhouse. Apparently doing a redistrict is now breaking civil rights. Which, haven't we been redistricting like Democrats do it to us sometimes?
Oh, they've redistricted. They've literally redistricted so that in Maine there are no Republicans. There's nobody in Maine that has any Republican congressman or senator, but they've all redistricted it out.
See, that's the thing, is why the Democrats spin this narrative that, oh, we're breaking civil rights. Well, in that case, if let's just spin this narrative ourselves, right? Let's play this game. Okay, if us redistricting your party is against civil rights, then wouldn't that mean what you did to other states where there are no Republicans? Wouldn't you also be breaking civil rights then in that case? It doesn't make sense.
They also
Right.
did it.
So they did in Maine, they did in Illinois, California. Well, right now we're kind of.
Yeah, but no, they've already done it in California.
Yeah, so they've done it before in California. So that doesn't support. Have they done New York yet?
Yeah, that's why they were laughing, because what else are you going to do? How much more can you redistrict? Because they've redistricted everything out of.
I mean, you can't, like, if you seriously look up on Google, what is Palestine? It'll literally say it's a state in Asia. But the thing is you cannot sit here and find it. You can't find it.
State in Asia?
Yeah, it literally says, okay,
An area.
when you look up,
You can write anything you want.
Palestine is a state that does and does not exist.
It probably is a state in Asia, but it's not its own country.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not its own.
It's not. And you're right. Yeah, that question threw me for a loophole. A higher loophole.
You ready for the CNN topic?
Oh boy.
Britney Spears.
Okay.
You remember that woman from a few months ago that was wielding knives on Instagram?
You remember the same woman who would sit there and dance in nothing but a bra and undies? Okay.
Oh yeah, she was doing that she was in fishnets in the wielding knives video.
Oh man! Every time I look at her,
I'm free from everything now and all this stuff. It's like that was a couple years ago. You're still. She also wrote a book. If you remember, Britney Spears wrote a very defamatory book, and I call it that because she slighted Justin Timberlake in it quite a bit. I just want to put this out there. They were both very young at that time, both very naive, both very about the money and the sexual gratification, all sorts of stuff at that time. I mean, for God's sake, Justin released a song called Rock Your Body and another one called Sexy Back. So, and Cry Me a River was about Britney. This woman waited 2 decades to write a book because of her conservatorship, so she couldn't write a book. You could have written a book. You just wanted the money from it. That's all it was. You knew that money was going to go to somebody else and not to you if you wrote that book and published it. That's what that was, a money clout chase right there. She was chasing for the fame and money in that moment when she wrote that book. Federline, though, which is her ex-husband, has an upcoming memoir. And it's all about...
no.
The title's beautiful, by the way. You Thought You Knew. And his memoir is that he has mostly learned of his ex-wife's behavior from their 2 sons. According to excerpts from this memoir published in the New York Times on October 14th. NBC News has not independently verified the quotes from the book. You know what I love about this is CNN has such terrible ratings. But they're so radicalized and liberal about everything, they can't even figure out what their own party is talking about. NBC is also of the Democratic Party, majorly. And we can't figure out verification from quotes from the book. So this is CNN, once again, dropping the ball on another story, because they're literally, I don't even know if you could say this is allegations of what he said. They're stating that, oh, these are excerpts published in the New York Times, but we can't verify that these are actual excerpts. So they're
Right.
Of course, they got to make the husband look bad. Let's make the knife wielder and the crazy strung out woman who wrote a defamatory book, who made everybody else look terrible, who shows her boobs everywhere, and wears fishnets even in public, which, by the way, is LA. I'm not surprised. But we're going to believe her over a husband who, by the way, I haven't heard much about in the first place. It's like this guy tried to keep himself from any views of controversy, but no, now, since he's writing a book about his ex-wife, let's slander him, which that is slander. I mean, if you don't have accurate depictions, that's like taking a quote from the Bible and paraphrasing it in your own words and not taking a direct quote from it and saying, this must be what it means, but never actually reading that scripture and taking in what it says.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is what the liberal media does, and we're not really surprised by this. A representative for Spears addressed Federline's comments in a statement to NBC News on October 15th. Okay, but we just said we couldn't verify NBC. Also, to say that NBC News has not independently verified, they're not an independent station. Stop that. That's like when Meta puts down, we have independent fact checkers. And then you look to see, you remember those days when Meta had that on Instagram? And you'd say something and it'd say, independent fact checkers say that this isn't true. And you'd look for more information in the caption section to see what the independent verifiers were. You'd see things like CNN was a source. Well, they're not independent. They're mainstream. CNN reports this, and it's like, that's not independent. That's the whole mainstream company.
Right.
Let's see. They married in 2004, finalized a divorce in 2007. Okay. Almost 8 years later. This is how
Wild.
we spin the narratives. We wait 8 years to report something. This is CNN's way of saying we have nothing better to do with our time but report things that are absolutely irrelevant. It's what they do. And usually it's when they're caught in a web and when us Republicans prove them wrong on something. It's kind of like the presidential debate when Trump won. My mom could actually probably vouch for this. Her and I were watching. We were watching when when Trump won Pennsylvania. Fox News immediately reported it. You know what we did? And I laughed so hard this night because this was like the funniest thing for me. We immediately switched over to CNN. And it wasn't because we wanted to see what they were saying. We wanted to see how quickly they would report it. Fox News did it immediately. The moment the polls came in, Fox News had it. We switched over to CNN. It took them 13 minutes before they finally reported. And the anchor man, he sat there and after saying all this stuff about all these other states and avoiding the fact that Trump won, the anchorman sat there and went, well, we're just now finding out. It was like so depressing. But they waited for as long as they could until the network told them, hey,
Right.
you got to report this now. So, and right now we have, the Gaza Strip thing going on. We have the anti-Semitism happening, and Turning Point USA controversy stuff happening, right? And we've proven them wrong in like a triangle in all those cases. And now they have nothing better to do but report this. I found this on the same day that I found all this other stuff on Fox News. Not a single thing except for the Louisiana situation was covered on CNN. Not a single thing. And that's my point of pulling these some of these things from CNN is to prove to you people that if you're Democratic, your party doesn't like the heat when it hits them. They are literally snowflakes that melt when they hit the ground. Because this is what they're reporting when we have so many bigger issues out there. They're scared. Liberals are scared to admit when they're wrong, so they go towards some other topic so they can gain some sort of clout, some sort of relevancy to stay alive in the moment and try to avoid
Right.
covering topics until we pressure them, and then they're like, well, but it's a sad truth that we live in. Sad, sad truth.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Because you have a news source that will cover all topics, and then you have one that's so democratically radicalized that they don't cover anything that has to do with importance and everything else. I mean, I went on CNN and I've seen some of the absolute bonkers things that they write about. I mean, you can clearly go on CNN and immediately know that it's radicalized leftists. You can immediately see. Now, Fox News, on the other hand, is the only news source I will trust.
It's because they report it in real time. They even give you the hours, how many hours ago this happened. They'll give you a whole week to a month long thing of everything that's happened, and they'll actually follow up on that stuff. CNN will report it once, and then they'll be like, and on to the next topic, Britney Spears. What the fuck? Like, okay, but we want to know more about this. Well, we don't want to tell you. Why not? Because we don't want to say anything about it.
Right.
Uh-huh. Like, I still don't understand. Oh, wait, now I get why your reputation is down in the shitter. Got it.
Absolutely.
All right. We're on to our next topic here. Rutgers University is having a clash with Turning Point USA. The Rutgers Director for Student Involvement and Leadership is calling for the removal of 2 Turning Point USA officers after they called out a professor at the university who is linked to Antifa. Fun fact, this professor, as soon as these 2 students called him out, the next day moved to Switzerland.
Escape from your problems. I see how it is.
I just want to say, you're not Edward Snowden, and I don't think, well, maybe they will, because Amuse, and I can say this because my contract is ending in the next like 8 months or so with them, and I've voiced my opinion very strongly to them in emails as well. Amuse is from that country, and it's a very democratically ran country. So I will say that maybe he is safe there, but I'm also going to say this: don't return to the U.S. because you start selling Turning Point USA, they will sue the living shit out of you. I'm not kidding. You know how many people that organization has sued and won? They've sued professors constantly because Turning Point USA students report him. This man knew he was going to be sued. This isn't just my belief, because I've seen these students report it straight to Turning Point headquarters. An immediate lawsuit goes into action immediately against every professor that tries to lash out, and universities. They'll sue whole universities too. So he ran so that he doesn't have to be sued. That's what that was.
Right.
Absolutely. Because he knew after years, after over a decade of this organization being involved with universities and everything like that, and their reputation for winning these lawsuits, because you're literally taking away free speech. Hello. He knew what was coming. So he knew his only choice would have been to flee the country. I still think it's a wuss move. I think if you got to run from your problems, not face them head on, you know that you did something wrong. And you're too scared to admit to it. You know what I learned growing up? And obviously I didn't take this advice until I was way older. But my mother used to always tell me, I'll still be upset at you, but if you tell me the truth, it'll go far better for you than if you lie and get caught red-handed. And I learned that the hard way. I'm not even lying to y'all. She's nodding her head right now to me. But I'm not even lying to you people, literally, because I would keep lying, and then I'd get caught. I would get caught lying to them. And it went way worse. Trust me, it went way worse. And I honestly, I just, these professors that say these things and then run. I've got 2 things. One is, your parents didn't raise you right. I'm sorry. I don't care how old you are. If you're still acting that way when you were a grown man or a grown woman and you run from your problems, you were not raised correctly. Number two, if you have to lie to students who you are supposed to be educating, you should not be an educator in the first place. Absolutely not. I don't think if he ever does get to return or he ever does return to the U.S., I don't think anybody should hire him for an education position. And I think the moment that he does, if he ever does, I think TPUSA will be waiting for him. And when he does, they're going to sue the crap out of him. And I would definitely, I'll put everything on it. Because right now, especially right now, Erica ain't playing. Erica's not playing around.
Oh no, I've
When
seen
she's
some of the stuff
I've
that.
seen the things she's saying. Yeah, I've been like, oh. In the tour that they're on right now, they got Michael Knowles, they got Officer Tatum, they've got all these people, senators. I'm going on tour with them. They got Vivek Ramaswamy on tour with them right now. Like, they've got.
We love Ramaswamy though.
I know you better.
Us Ohioans, we love him. Absolutely. The Ohio Republicans love that man so much. My entire family's voting for him.
God bless. Seriously. That man, besides Charlie and besides Tatum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ramaswamy is one of the brightest people that I've ever seen do debates, ever seen on a stage talking. Like he is intellectually has one of the brightest minds when it comes to educational value and economics and even religion. Like, he is very, very well versed, very well educated, and if he wins that election for governor, you people are seriously in for a really good treat. Like, honestly, like he is respectful of everyone. Extremely
He was actually down here a couple weeks ago with I think it was our governor now. Governor Mike DeWine. He was down here and he actually came to a local festival and was in the parade and was shaking everybody's hands, and he seems like a great candidate.
Oh yeah, he has his own
Wonderful.
YouTube channel. I've seen this man go live and even post things on YouTube. He gives back to every single place he steps foot in. Like, if there's hardships going on, he gives back to them. Like, he has stated that he doesn't consider himself a quote unquote politician.
Right.
He considers himself as somebody who is human, believes in God, who also believes in good in everyone. And that makes an amazing human being right there. Not these people with raccoon tails that go to debates and don't know what a woman is.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'll take him over Governor DeWine any day. I mean, granted, Governor DeWine has done some good stuff, but
he's also got
I
turning
feel
points.
like he would do more.
Yeah, he's also got a Turning Point backing him up big time. And when Turning Point is backing up anybody who's running for any political candidacy, you got 1 million people backing you up. More than 1 million, obviously. We all know that. But there was an email obtained by Fox News Digital. Karima Woodyard, Director for Student Involvement and Leadership at RUTGERS, said that both Megan Doyle, a student at Rutgers and the treasurer for the Turning Point USA chapter, and Ava Kwan, the chapter's outreach coordinator, should be removed from their officer positions and that a new election should be held. Okay, I want to point something out how stupid that sounds. A new election should be held. I don't know if anybody realizes this, but all of Turning Point USA chapters are conservatives. That's the whole point of the movement. So you're just going to get the same result.
Exactly.
You're not going to get somebody else to step up for the Turning Point chapter that's going to side with you on this. You're just going to get two new students who are going to say the same exact thing the other two said and are going to back up their claims. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, this is the thing. So irrational, like, it's irrational. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to take out two of these conservatives, and then we're going to replace them with two other conservatives. Good job.
Yeah.
Doing great. Yeah. I guarantee you Rutgers University is going to get sued. That'll be next because it just hit headlines. So.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
waiting on
you're
it.
going to have fun with
I'm
that one, Rutgers.
on it.
Rutgers is going to have a lot of fun with that one. And we're not violent about anything. That's the thing they don't understand. They think we're going to like lash out. No, we're just going to sue you. Turning Point don't play. We don't play. According to the email sent on Monday, Woodyard argued that neither Doyle nor Kwan were eligible to serve as officers. I still haven't found a reason why. Calling out professor. Okay. Because free speech doesn't exist there. I wanted to bring to your attention that Megan is a Newark student and Ava is a graduate student. Woodyard wrote in the email directed to Rutgers TPUSA chapter president Stephen Wallace and chapter vice president Victoria Stuart. You're complaining to the people who are supporting this. I'm losing brain cells, MADZ.
I'm getting dumber by the minute.
I want to point out to you, these are your two chapter leads here. Yeah, we know. We're the president and vice president of that chapter. Okay. Thanks for confirming our own TPUSA students with us. We had no clue.
We didn't know. Definitely didn't know.
Because your organization is classified as an undergraduate student organization for the new Brunswick campus, both individuals are ineligible to hold executive board positions within your group. Okay, so now we're telling Turning Point USA who can and can't hold positions in Turning Point USA. This is the wildest thing I've ever read. You're not even...
You people are dumb. Legitimately. Dumb.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever read. I'm going to tell an organization how they should operate their organization. I'm telling you, if somebody were to tell Cent USA, like tell me or any of you guys on any of the other chapters how to run the organization, I would have told them to kick rocks in a respectful way. But literally, my thought process would be like, you're not part of this. I mean, if it was criticism, I'd take note of it and be like, thank you. I'll take that under advisement. I'll discuss it with others. But if you were to just straight up tell me, no, they can't be a part of your organization, I would look at it and be like, but they can, and they're going to be, and that's none of your business. I mean, it's, like, I understand, like, you oversee that area, but you don't oversee my organization. That's my business. Okay, you allowed us in. You should be accepting of how we operate, or else you wouldn't have let us in the first place. Because I know there's some schools out there
Exactly.
that literally say, no, we don't support Turning Point chapters here, which is fine, right? And there's going to be places that are going to tell me, no, we don't support your organization here. Okay, fine. I'll find another place to make ground at. That's fine. That's respectful. That's okay. I respect it. But don't go telling the organization how to run their organization, who can and can't be a part of their organization.
Yeah, that's highly disrespectful.
I don't like that. Whittier then directed the chapter's leaders to act quickly. Who does this guy?
Who does he think he is?
You run a university. You don't run. How many times can I say this is ridiculous? I don't agree with this. This is. It's disgusting to act like this. This is not something that we would do as conservatives. We would say, "Hey, we have concerns about this." No, or we'd spark an investigation into the matter, something like that. But I've never seen a conservative group ever look at somebody else and say, you have to do this because I said so, kind of thing. That's not. This is, I mean, wow. Please proceed with holding elections for those positions in accordance with your organization's constitution to ensure compliance with university and student organization policies. They're already complying by the fact that they had to comply to be there at your university. Like, you said yes, you let them in. And now suddenly you're against them because they called out your professor for being part of Antifa, a violent organization. So what this tells me is that the head of this university supports violence. There's no other way to put that. There's no nicer way to put that. Antifa is an extremely violent, anti-Semitic group. I mean, look at what happened in Portland last week. A Fox News contributor got the crap beaten out of him for simply being there. And the Portland police did nothing. They stood.
That's
If you
bullshit.
look up the law, under federal law for the whole country, doesn't matter, it's not a state thing, which definitely supersedes your policies in your department. When you swear an oath to the, not just to the city you serve in, but to the country. You swear an oath that you are there to serve and protect the citizens of that country, of that state, that city, and that county. And it says you swear an oath to protect and serve, which within that oath includes an obligation, legal obligation by law, that when you see any of these protest riots or anything going down, and or even just in general, you're walking by and you see somebody injured, if you are active on duty by law, you have to perform first aid duties. They did not do that in Portland. They sat there as Antifa rioters burned a flag and beat up a Fox News contributor because he took the flag, put out the fire, and decided to put it in his trunk of his car to save what was remaining of the American flag.
He's the one that got arrested.
Yeah. He got arrested. No first aid. No stopping a crime that was being committed right in front of their eyes. I'm not even kidding. If you look at the video footage, they're right there. The cops are right there, maybe 1-2 yards away, just a few feet away, standing right there, watching as the contributor from Fox got beat to a bloody pulp on the street. No first aid, no medical attention, no calling an ambulance, no getting in the middle of it and arresting the people committing the crime of assault and battery. They just stood there and then they arrested him for getting beat up, which is what it looks like. Oh, we'll allow the violence, but since you're peaceful and calm, we're going to arrest you. That's exactly what that makes that department look like. Makes you look complicit to violence.
Absolutely.
They broke laws there. I think that Fox News. Have we got an update on him? Is he pressing charges? Or is he filing a lawsuit against the department?
I think he is.
Because I know last week he said he was thinking about it.
I hope he does.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have a whole network behind him, backing him up. But I know that Trump sent what he sent in there, the National Guard into Portland.
Yeah, but they didn't allow him in.
They didn't allow their own state's National Guard.
No.
Wow.
Because they said it was illegal for Trump to send them in because it has to be, this state has to ask for it. And they don't.
He sent them in on his own, on Washington, D.C. He sent them into Chicago. He sent them into...
They're not in Chicago either. They filed a lawsuit in Chicago, too.
Wow.
But ICE is there.
ICE is there because they can't keep ICE out.
I want to bring this one thing up. I think this is really cool. And I've seen the videos that these ICE agents have been posting, and it's really cool. So, you know how Chicago is a very, I almost said war-torn area, but has a lot of these rival gangs and Antifa protesters and a lot of stuff during the day where it's very violent during the day.
Mm-hmm.
So ICE, now they haven't done this in most of the other cities that they've been in, looking for illegals. ICE, you just put that out on my paper.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, let me put this here. It's okay, I already used those papers, that's why they're face down. But ICE has been going in the middle of the night. So they've been going into apartments with their lights on and everything in the pitch black, middle of the night, and going into the homes, arresting illegals and deporting them. That way they don't have to, and I did a deep dive on it, and it's so that they don't have to get interactions with all these people during the day. So they can just do it swiftly, smoothly, cleanly, get in, get out. Every night. So I think that's really smart. That's a smart way.
It is.
I think I should probably do that with the other cities too. Do it just at night. But yeah, the ICE agents in Chicago go in at night, so they don't have to get involved with all the gangs and everything else. So that's pretty cool. Oh man, I know why Charlie has those Mint Majesty teas with honey. Whew.
Just so he doesn't lose his voice.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Here's another one from CNN, but this one's that Louisiana one. The Supreme Court's conservative majority signaled deep skepticism today over a second majority black district drawn in Louisiana, despite a lower court ruling that found the district was likely necessary to respect the landmark Voting Rights Act. That's what a wild thing to say. As I was saying before, and as my mom had pointed out earlier, Maine is Democratic because they literally relocated the Republican parties. So if we're disrespecting your landmark Voting Rights Act and stuff by removing this one person, you've done it for two other entire states to us. So that's a wild thing to put out there. Which is probably why the conservatives are very like, what are you doing? But at issue is the second majority black district drawn in Louisiana following the 2020 census. I remember that census. That was all over. That was a big one. That was all over the place. That elected Representative Cleo Fields, a Democrat, to the House. I see why liberals are having issues now.
We were living in Illinois when they redistricted they redistricted, and our representative was gone because they redistricted to the point where, again, there were no conservatives left.
Oh,
That's in Illinois.
Democrats are pulling the BLM thing here because the amount of times that it mentions in that article, and he was black. It's not a racial thing, but Democrats will make it that any chance they get. I just want to point something out. Remember when Sleepy Joe ran on the promise to help colored people of color, and then did nothing but harm them? Like, literally did nothing good for them. I mean, tried to support BLM, but then BLM stole from itself, crashed its whole organization. That's just one part of it, but Democrats run on this whole factor of like, we're gonna help these communities out, the black communities and stuff out, and then they do more damage than they do good for them. They run on those campaigns so they can get more black voters. That's why they do it. They want more votes. But once they win, they don't go through with their promises. And if they do, they half-ass them and say, oh, well, we did part of the job, but we're going to leave this unfinished and let y'all deal with it yourselves, which didn't help. destroyed a lot of families. You guys know of the fentanyl crisis that happened. A lot of these communities that were promised to be saved didn't get saved. And the fentanyl crisis went out the roof. A lot of black families were not surviving due to a lot of shortages. A lot of them were literally, and it's depraved of a lot of things because a promise wasn't followed through with. Instead, how they thought they were helping was by allowing these drugs to go through, these drug cartels that went through. And it killed a lot more, deprived a lot more good, healthy families too, of a lot of stuff, including money and everything. At the end of the day, welfare doesn't do you much if you're on a fixed income that doesn't even support your children. And that just goes for anybody. So that whole thing was just dumb to me as well. And I don't know your thoughts on this, but I think BLM was the dumbest thing ever. Because we were all at that for those 4 years. We were all being screwed exactly the same way.
You're right. And it was stupid.
The only other time I heard about BLM was after Charlie's death, and only 20 of them were in the streets of New York chanting in the middle of the night about it. I was like, that's not many people. I don't think this is gonna work out. But yeah. And these people who, this isn't just one group of people. This is all these lefties that are sitting there like crying about oppression and everything. I'm like, what are you talking about? Have you seen the Middle East? If you want oppression, go to the Middle East. Try living there for a while. Especially you LGBTQ pride community people. Please go there. I would say come back and report back to me your findings there, but you won't be able to because I'm going to be honest. The last thing you're going to want to believe is that you can fly. Because your raccoon tails and your pink hair and 5 o'clock shadows and you men that shove tampons in an area where tampons aren't meant to go. Look, I'm just saying the punishment there is let's just say not ethical. Try doing that. Where could they try? You want real oppression? Go to Syria. Syria is it? Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to everybody, including you.
Oh.
Syria is a major platformer for people who don't like heights. And there's no fire department at the bottom with a nice cushion to fall on. Because it's not really reported. It just kind of happens.
Right.
I'm saying it in this way because I'd like to continue being monetized on this channel. So believing you can fly and being afraid of heights are the best two explanations I can give without getting my money and channel taken away from me because we all know who runs Google and YouTube. Look. Just don't sit here and say people are oppressed. I want to, you know what? Say that to somebody in the military who's been deployed. I guarantee you they'll just laugh and keep laughing and be like, yeah, okay. This is what I'm fighting for, I guess. For you people that complain about oppression, I literally just sat there fighting it. I'm just saying. This is, you know. California is still having issues.
Gavin Newsom.
I didn't even have to say it. There is a Cali trans athlete battle going on right now. Well, I mean, there always is. I don't even know why I
That's
said
California. What do we expect?
West Hollywood, everybody. That's the real scary part of it. That makes me think. Y'all think this trans stuff really just happened? West Hollywood has been a different species and planet for ages. Nobody ever focuses on that area because it's filled with famous people who run around in spandex and sometimes half naked. I don't even know how to describe it. A California high school senior, Hidil Hazameh,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping my comments to
Yep.
myself,
Yep.
believed she was brainwashed. Well, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything about your name. For the previous 3 school years, she had to watch biological male athletes finish ahead of. Okay, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. I scratch what I said before. Okay, I'm on your side now. I see where this is going. She had to watch biological male athletes finish ahead of her in at least 7 track and field events.
Wow.
Within 3 school years. That must have meant these were some major events because I know there's a lot more than just that in a 3-year time period. So these must have been major, like, school events where, like, nationwide events, kind of stuff like that. But things got even harder during the volleyball season. Oh no. When she had to share a locker room with a biological male transgender teammate.
Wow.
I smell a Riley Reid situation coming on here. This is the stuff that pisses me off. It's really this I've gone to the gym when I was younger. I went to the gym with my dad to Lifetime Fitness, and even thinking about it now, like there's times where times meaning when I'm in the locker room where I don't want to see that stuff, and I'm a male amongst other males. Like I can't imagine. Yeah, no woman wants to see that either. No, no. I no. She put her inner feelings and religious duties aside to tolerate it, and you should not have to do that. Any day to where you have to put God or whomever you believe in aside to deal with something is the day where you should be telling yourself it's time to go. But obviously she loves sports, so I understand why she stayed, but at the same time, there should be at no point in time where you put your faith to the side ever in life whatsoever. If I ever did that to me that would be like sinning. if I had to look at a situation and say, I'm going to give up my religious beliefs, my faith in God, my love for God, and my love for Jesus for something such as this situation, no, if I'm forced to do that, I'm gone. I'm not doing that. Never a moment in time where anybody should ever have to do that. That's wrong. That's terrible.
You're right.
I shouldn't have had to be scared to change in the woman's locker room. I'm not allowed to show my hair or my body to biological males. Oh, because of her religion. Oh. So, wow.
That's
We're
crazy.
going to read through this because I want to see if Gavin Newsom had a response to this. Because I know there's one thing in this nation that is not tolerated, usually, at jobs at least. And it should be the same for schools too, no matter what, especially high schools. These are kids. Religious beliefs is something that not just the workplace should adhere to, but every school, high school, grade school, anything like that, should adhere to. I fully believe in that, because if there's a religious belief that prevents you from being able to do something because of your beliefs in that religion, that should be noticed, and that should be taken into consideration. I know of some people who there's a friend of mine on Instagram who's Muslim, and he's at work, and his boss allows him to gives him like a 5-minute period, 5-10 minute period of time to where he can go into one of his rooms, one of these rooms, and he can roll out his carpet, do his prayer thing once a day at work. I've gone live with him before, and he has to do that. It's just part of his religion. I don't see anything wrong with that. I think it's disrespectful to dissuade somebody of their religious beliefs, which is clearly what's happening here. And I shouldn't have had to deal with that. That is exactly what I just said. Nailed it. I should have had those privacy rights since the second I walked into the locker room since my freshman year. Hazima, a practicing Muslim, fucking called it, told Fox News Digital. I wish they would just understand there's some things I just cannot do because of my religious faith. By the way, people, I haven't read these yet. I printed them off. On the day I printed them off, I just printed off a bunch of stories. I was looking at the titles. So these are the topics I could cover. I went to the politics section, went to the U.S. news section, and I went to the Charlie Kirk section. I just printed these things off, and so everything that I've said before reading any of this is my first time reading these. So everything I've said before it is just off the dome here, is things that I think of immediately. And so far, every single thing I've said about this is said in here. There's stuff I just can't do, and I wish I had more privacy protecting those rights. Now she's taking action. Good for you. Hazima, in her final season, has stepped away from her team at Jurupa Valley High School. Excuse me. And joined a lawsuit with her family against the Jurupa Unified School District, JUSD, the California Interscholastic Federation, CIF, and California Department of Education, CDE. This is why we need to shut down the Department of Education. I guarantee you there's going to be some coke that's going to come from CDE. Guarantee. I'm sorry. After I heard that there's like 5 advisors to every teacher, and we have over 100,000 teachers in the United States of America, that makes 500,000 in education that don't know what they're doing. Okay. After I heard about 5 people controlling the aspect of what one teacher does, that's crazy. That's like signing a record deal and having 50 writers in the room telling you what you can and can't write. That's insane. That's no. But even though he is not listed as a defendant on the lawsuit, Hazama is also practicing blame on the shoulders of Governor Gavin Newsom. Knew it. For what she has had to endure in high school. Newsom has, on multiple occasions now, said he believes males competing in girls' sports is unfair. So why aren't you doing anything about it? You're the governor of that state. Do something.
Well, according to the news 7 hours ago, he actually vetoed the California transgender hormone therapy bill.
Was it a bill for the surgery?
Let me see here.
Because that would be the first great thing he's done in years. But it's all... well, and if he's doing it, maybe it's just a spur of the moment. We shouldn't celebrate too soon. Maybe he's just having one of his days. One of his rare
It
blue moon
says
occasions.
Newsom vetoed a bill that would have required insurers to cover and pharmacists to dispense 12 months of hormone therapy at one time to transgender patients and others. The proposal was top priority for trans rights leaders who said it was crucial to preserve care as clinics close or limit gender-affirming services under White House pressure.
Oh, so he's only doing it because Trump's pressuring him.
Yes.
So, yeah, if in 3 years, if we don't win the next election, he'll go right back to his old self again. Got it. Okay. That's literally what that just told me. He's only doing this because he has pressure on him from our leader. Other than that, he wouldn't have done it.
Right.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Devil is a Democrat. He lives in California. Sorry, was just quoting the Gavin Newsom disc from Tom McDonald. Called "The Devil is a Democrat." Anywho. Said he believes males go okay. Yet under his leadership, nothing has been done to prevent it. Okay, so stopping hormonal treatments is one way to go about it. But I think he should start paying attention to his citizens too,
You're right.
especially children. This man, yeah, literally, he seems like he's bored out of his mind. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying he seems bored out of his mind. It seems like he hates his job. Because literally he has a freaking... What governor has a podcast?
Yeah. See, it says earlier this year on Newsom's podcast, the governor told the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk that trans athletes competing in women's sports was deeply unfair, triggering a backlash amongst his party's base and LGBTQ plus leaders. And he has described trans issues as a major problem for the Democratic Party, saying Donald Trump's trans-focused campaign ads were devastating for his party in 2024.
Yeah, Charlie had
had some quote unquote opinions about Gavin. It was oh man, students would bring it up to him at debates. I remember this one girl brought up to him like, what do you think about Gavin Newsom in our states and the things going on right now and how he's not and what do you think we could do to do better in the state? And he literally started it off with Gavin Newsom is stopped for a second and said, I don't even want to look, he's a whole other beast. I don't even want to get into it. This man has some strong opinions about Gavin. If our governor himself says that it's unfair, then he's the one who should act on it. He should be the one to stand. It shouldn't have to be girls like me. What are you here to do? Did I not just say that? Did I literally not just say he should do something about it? He's the governor. Do something about it. Like I said, I haven't read any of these articles, people. I'm going to be great at this. This is beautiful. Hazema's teammate Alyssa McPherson, a practicing Catholic who has also argued her religious beliefs. Sorry. Her religious liberties have been infringed upon, is a plaintiff in the lawsuit as well. Oh, so she's being joined. It's not just her and her family. She's being joined by other teammates. Yeah, this is a Riley Reid situation unfolding here. This is everybody's getting involved. I've always known that it wasn't quite right. It didn't feel right, McPherson said, later adding that she believes the issue will affect the decisions of young voters in the state's gubernatorial election next year. We definitely think this will be a big factor that people will consider. Maribel Munoz is the mother of McPherson and former Jurupa Valley volleyball player Madison McPherson, who is also a plaintiff in the lawsuit. Good grief!
Lord Almighty.
A lot of people were going against. Oh man, please, somebody shut down the Department of Education, please. For the love of God. This is terrible. Being represented by advocates for faith and freedom. Oh yeah, school's screwed. The school's screwed. Munoz is one of many Southern California parents who has been trying to confront the issue at her child's school for years. But current California policy has put up a stonewall. I thought the state had laws. Now we have a state that has policies. What is wrong with? Why am I even asking that? Never mind. You know what? I'm not even going to ask that question. So many things wrong with it. They're completely disregarding our girls, Munoz told Fox News Digital of the state government. Having a boy on the team just makes it so difficult. Our government, they're not supporting our kids. No, no, you know what the state government of California is doing? You know what they're doing? Podcasting.
Yep.
In his nice little comfy chair podcast. He's not even being. I just thought about it. He's not even being a governor. He's literally. This is like the Ryan Upchurch situation, right?
Ryan Upchurch started out as a content creator. That's how he got his fame, and then he became a musician one day, right? Gavin Newsom,
Yeah.
a podcast, and sometimes I forget he's a governor because I mainly only see his podcast. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, his podcast has more fame than he does as a governor. Which, if it were me and I had more fame doing something that was secondary to my primary goal in life or my objective in that moment, I would be reconsidering my life decisions in that moment. Like, I would be like, hey, is this podcast more important than me? I don't know. Let me think. Running an entire state?
He's busy for
All right.
his main goal is to campaign for the president in 2028. That's what this is all about. All the stuff he's doing
That's wild.
to the radical base. For
No. No, thank you. I don't want Gavin Newsom as a president.
No.
that's why he's doing it.
I will leave so fast. Take me out.
You know what? By that time, I'll have a job in psychology already by then. And hopefully have like an apartment or a house, something. And oh my god, I just thought about it. Him and Charlie clashed a lot. My scary thought of him becoming president is that he would censor the living crap out of Turning Point. Which will only piss all of us off. That's all it's going to do, but in Turning Point USA needs to grow extremely strong by 2028. That's all I'm going to say. Like, we have to make it almost impossible to be disbanded, which it never would be. Not while Erica's there, obviously. But
Oh my god.
But
That's
like, thought that like free speech would be so limited with that man. And not like Joe Biden, obviously, but Newsom doesn't even know what he's doing half the time with his own state. How can we trust him with a country? I mean, his own state can't even trust him to do anything for the children.
Well, they're still waiting for to burn down. There's no permits being.
Which is another scary thought. Is he gonna Kamala did, where he's gonna like, if a natural disaster happens, what's he gonna do? Just stop FEMA money again?
Depends on what.
Is he gonna be more worried about the fish?
Yeah.
Wildfires were literally wild because this man was more concerned about a reservoir with fish this size. I kid you. Size. More worried about them not being held in the war than he was about giving fresh water to. so they could put out the so they could dump water on the fires. What a fire crew line is? It's where it's not exactly the firefighters. There's two. So when firefighters come in, they have a brigade line, they have a crew line, and they have a fire line. And the fire line works with the crew line. Crew line sets up like little areas for the firefighters. Sometimes if they have to stay in an area for longer than a full day, they set up little tents, little areas off to the side. Fire line lays out. It kind of looks like a hose in a way, but they lay out the fills with water, and it inflicts with water every foot or so. So it's just big water all connected to each other, and they put it down right on the edge of the fire, so that the fire doesn't spread out anymore. Because if it hits those fire lines, they burst, and they soak entirely. So that draws what's called a fire line. That's where the fire would stop at. It'd still be burning with it, but that line would prevent it. In California. And Gavin Newsom got on his little podcast and was like, but what about the fish that are literally in dive from the reservoir? Yeah. We need that reservoir water. Because the fish are good for the ecosystem. Okay, if they're so good for the ecosystem, why are they in a reservoir? Why are they not out there flourishing, creating more of themselves? It doesn't make sense.
Reproduction.
Yeah, if they're that good for the ecosystem, wouldn't you want, I don't know, them in more places than one area where they're held?
I love fish. If we had more fish, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, well, tell us.
Did you see the news?
Toxic pollutants into the freaking.
Tyler Robinson is on bullshit today.
Is he finally actually talking? Like, I just know he.
Okay, Tyler Robinson, the man accused of assassinating Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk on a Utah college campus a month ago today, has asked a judge for permission to wear civilian clothes in court and to appear without shackles and cuffs.
No. What? Please don't tell me they granted him this.
In a 21-page motion, the 22-year-old Robinson's attorney invoked Idaho student murderer Brian Kohberger's case in their argument that the motion would preserve his constitutional rights to a fair trial. They also asked for a closed-door hearing on the issue of physical restraints.
Oh, yeah, that way, anything bad that comes up.
I swear he's gonna take off.
That way the public wouldn't be on. He's scared. No. This tells me that Tyler is scared of the information that's being found out about him. So he doesn't want it publicly out there. He doesn't want it on the news or anything like that. So he's asking for a closed door hearing. He knows that this hearing is going to shed some light on pretty nasty shit. I mean, when you think about it, yeah, that sounds like to me he knows this one specific part of his case is going to shed some serious light on him. and put him in a deep hole. Not that he's not already in one.
So, as of right now, they have not approved it, and he has not yet entered a plea. His next due back in court is October 30th.
So he asked his lawyer to write a literal ergonomic for this.
Yeah. Fox News posted the court docs too.
From what I've seen from the live trial that has gone on YouTube through Fox Nation and everything, from what I've seen on these live trials, this judge is not being nice about anything. So
No.
he's going to say, yeah, make you more comfortable with court.
So, that's wild. His attorneys also wrote that he has been well behaved in custody and has no prior criminal record.
That's why the Democrats chose him. He probably put it in his mind. Don't worry, it's only your first offense.
Wild. Let's see. So, according to Fox News, his family, friends, and his romantic partner are all cooperating with detectives right now.
Good, no kidding. Just all conservative. You know that, right?
That's wild. Yeah, let's just show up to
Don't
court in civilian clothes. Sure, let's go ahead.
make him. No, my God. If they grant it to him, there should be one stipulation. Make him wear Turning Point merch.
That would be perfect.
Make him wear one of the Charlie Kirk shirts.
I would pay to see that. I mean, every single penny I had, I would pay to see that. I don't care if I go broke in the end. Maybe then he'll start to realize that he's gonna die.
The American comeback shirt.
Oh yeah, we're gonna dress you today. Oh yeah, what am I gonna be dressed
And it's
in?
red. The red freedom shirt.
I have that shirt.
Just make him wear it. Be like, we know you like the color blue, but it only comes in red.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
Hey, you wanted this. You asked for civilian clothes. This is what they want you to wear.
You did it. This is your fault. Now you pay the consequences.
I think
He should be forced to listen to Charlie Kirk for the rest of his life.
Oh
you
my
hear what
god!
you just said? He should be forced to listen to Charlie Kirk for the rest of his life. As long as he's in prison every day. Force him to listen to Charlie Kirk. Best part would be if they put on the ones about, oh my god, put all the debates about Trump's agenda. And then, like, just make a playlist. Trans agenda, fascism, woke, the woke agenda. What's the other one he would probably hate?
Radical left.
No. The ones about faith and religion regarding gays. Just those 4 topics. Find all of the debates that involve those, and just force them to listen to them. You won't have to have the death penalty at that point.
The
Look,
government
I'm just
wouldn't even
saying.
want to. The government wouldn't even have to take him out. He'd probably take his own self out.
I mean, I'm not saying he should do that, right? I don't think anybody should take their own life.
I don't condone that.
I especially don't condone murder, but I'm just saying, if you think about it,
It would do some good.
Yeah. One might take care of itself. I mean, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but I'm just saying. Or here's the better thing: some people are calling for the firing squad. Some people are calling for the electric chair. Somebody calling for lynching. I say we have Alligator Alley. Let's give it a test run. 2,000 gators. Plus
Take
the
his ass to Alcatraz.
plus the like 300, 400 gar that are in there. Which, by the way, those things are feisty. Put them in with the gators and the gar, and see if you can make it across Alligator Alley.
I agree. I mean, I've seen some call for lethal, and I've seen people want lethal injection, the electric chair, public hangings, firing squad. I've seen it all.
Yeah, there's some other crazy ideas out there too. I was, yo, some of the ideas that some of these people have offered up, I've been like, hey, yo, look, man, that's, and they're not even like, they're gross ideas, if you know what I mean, because they're about him full of men named Bubba and stuff like. I'm like, hey, yo, a little fruity there, man. I don't know. I'm just saying. Like, the other things seem plausible, but that one's, it's a little strange. And it'll be like straight people that are like saying this should happen. I'm like, hey, you, yeah, I feel like you're one of those people who look at the backsplash of your kitchen sink and judge it. I don't know, man. But yeah, no, I think he should swim the alleyway, you know? I mean, I've seen the footage of the gators in the alley, right? And it's crowded. Like it's very crowded. When they said 2,000, I was like, oh, they're over exaggerating. No, there's definitely 2,000 because it's a lively bunch of crowded gators in there. I'm still wondering how they get sleep. I'm like, does some of them like crawl up on land and then go to sleep? Like, because I don't know how these gators are all sleeping on each other. Now, Gar have it all made out for them. They can go underwater and just like lay on the bottom. Like they're fine. But gators, I 2,000. Ow! I,
Yeah, that's gonna be a little struggle.
I feel like I was watching like a water park documentary of Jurassic Park. Like, it's just like there's a bunch of dinosaurs and this. Nobody is getting out. Look, you know they shouldn't even have alarm systems on Alligator Alley for when the prisoners break out. I'm serious because it's not like there's a plot of land that they can run across. You have to cross that lake because otherwise you have the gates, the front gates and everything, barbed wire fences. They should have one gap of the area and it leads straight to the lake. You have to cross the lake. And if you make it across, you know what? Grant you your freedom. But if you don't make it across, well, God's spoken. I don't.
If you don't make it across,
The whole test.
oh,
It should be a whole test. If you can make it across this lake of 2,000 alligators, and you make it out and you're still alive,
Lawsuit.
we should grant you your freedom.
One of the liberal has closed Alligator.
Closed it? How?
I'm sorry, Alligator Alcatraz.
How?
They
Didn't they just open it?
did, and there's an injunction right now because the liberals put out.
But they can't close it until that's completed, right?
Oh no, they actually put an injunction out that they can't.
Isn't Trump the one who put it back up? I thought it was like Pam Bondi and Trump who came up with the idea to bring it back.
They did.
Okay, so is Trump going to do anything?
They have a pending lawsuit right now.
Oh, you mean like the other lawsuits that they've never won against Trump?
Right, but they're forcing Trump to go through all of the.
Oh, of course they are. Like they did with the 700 million charges that they tried to pen against him. Do it. If he can beat something with 700 charges, I think we're going to be okay with Alligator Alley. Yeah, but we call it Alligator Alley.
Okay.
It's literally an alleyway of alligators right outside of Alcatraz. What are they going to do with the gators? Just from reports, they had to put the gators there.
No, the gators were all right.
2,000 of them? There's 2,000 alligators there.
Okay.
How did 2,000 populate in that area?
Well, there's tons of alligators.
Yeah. Big crowded, if you ask me. If I was an alligator, I'd look at that and be like, nah, I'm good. It's like, I'd be like, look, man, I don't know about you fruity knuckleheads, but I'm good. I'm not toppling over all of you. Where am I supposed to sleep? Well, some of us stack up at night. Nope, I'm good. You know what? I think I'll go find another pond to live in or something. This was a productive one, I feel like. 2.5 hours.
Yes, got a lot of
Holy
work done.
crap. Holy crap. We just did our first podcast episode for Scent USA, and it's lasted a little over 2.5 hours. How do you feel, Mads?
We feel amazing.
This is Toby's supposed to be from Scent Freedom. Sorry, you're Scent Freedom. From Scent Faith is supposed to be joining us this weekend for another episode. If you're down for it.
When will that be?
It'll probably be tomorrow because I like doing the night episodes and he's more available at night, and I'm not doing late night episode on a Sunday. So tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm available tomorrow. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna post this and then I'm gonna have to download it on my computer through this YouTube Studio and do the edits I need to do. And download it, and then I'm gonna put in. So the full live version is gonna be in members only, but I'm gonna put an edited version on a more censored version for the public to see on YouTube. And then I'm gonna do a pre-recorded video tomorrow as well that I'm gonna put on Patreon.
Sound good?
I gotta come up with a name for that show. This one's called Conservative Thoughts for this podcast. Conservative Thoughts Podcast. So I gotta come up with a name. Corey Stewart Show. Do something like Charlie did. Just have one where it just has the name of the founder in it.
No, because that's actually a good idea.
You think so? Okay, we'll do that.
That's a good idea.
All right, I'm gonna end the stream. It won't end us. We'll just end the stream, the live on YouTube. All right. Peace out, everybody. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
YouTube will give me the actual real-time viewership after this because they never do during the stream.